Well, here we are, day 3 of the Mike Duffy trial, and it's turning into a one-witness trial. The same fellow who was about an hour in examination in chief, which is when the prosecutor was asking him questions, this is the former law clerk of the Senate, is still in the stand in his, I guess, nearly a second day in cross-examination. Mike Duffy's defense lawyer is taking him through all kinds of arcane legislation that has no application here, the Immigration and Refugee Act, the Income Tax Act, all of it to show that if a statute or a regulation means to limit the way that you define your primary residence or what's eligible for a primary residence and what isn't, they do it, they say it. And the Senate, of course, didn't do this. I think we're reaching the stage now where the dead horse is now bleeding and flogged completely because it's quite clear that there were very few rules, hard rules anyway, which govern senators' conduct and what they can file. So a lot of it, I think, had to do with common sense. So there's that aspect of the trial, which is that it's getting a bit slow. Secondly, though, we've had a bit more time to read some of the exhibits, one of which is Mike Duffy's diary. And it's interesting because he's pleading not guilty, of course, to all these fraud and bribery and breach of trust charges. And he clearly very much wants to keep his job. He's suspended now, but he is obviously trying to clear his name and get his job back. And the question, having read much of his diary, is, I wonder why on earth he wants the job. It seems to me a nightmarish job of, kissing babies, cutting ribbons, never having dinner in your own house, always having to eat with a bunch of knobs. I'd shoot myself.